has deployed a contingent of soldiers to help in the reconstruction and aid efforts in hurricane-hit Jamaica following the devastation caused by Hurricane Melissa a month and a half ago. It's the third time this year that Ghana has stepped up to support African and Caribbean nations in crises, having previously donated humanitarian relief to Jamaica, Sudan, Gaza and Cuba. A departure ceremony took place to bid farewell to the contingent, and our Ghana correspondent Justice Baidu was present at the send-off.
In all, Ghana is sending 54 soldiers from its engineers regiment. President of the country, John Dramani Mahama, who commissioned the men to depart from Accra, the country's capital, to Kingston, Jamaica, said the deployment is not for combat, but a friendly support to the Caribbean nation rebuild from one of its deadliest hurricanes of all time. The deployment is supported by the American government, with the Donald Trump administration sending in a military jet to help airlift the Ghanaian soldiers to Jamaica.
This deployment reflects Ghana's solidarity with the people of Jamaica and our shared history, values, and bonds within the African Caribbean family. This mission is not a combat mission. It is a mission of compassion, skill, and service.
Ghana has been on this deliberate journey since January 2025, when President John Dramani Mahama was voted back into office. Earlier in the year, the country gave the troubled nations of Jamaica, Sudan, and Cuba aid support of 10 million cedis, along with Ghanaian-produced food and locally made chocolate to help the country deal with its humanitarian crisis.
His Excellency, the President, in addition to the humanitarian support sent, has decided that today we need to deploy our troops following a request formally made by the Prime Minister of Jamaica.
The Category 5 cyclone Hurricane Melissa swept through the Caribbean, affecting 1.5 million people in countries like Cuba, Jamaica, and other islands.
This is about $10 million in cash donations to Jamaica, some food, some locally produced Ghanaian products. Ghana is setting the stage for humanitarian support. Of course, the U.S. Also helped with the jets. Yeah, the U.S. helped out with this mission. But it's quite impressive to, when you hear these FBA guys talk about Africa as if we're like a group of people that are impoverished, don't have any leadership. You're witnessing what leadership is in a context of an African country, right? Ghana is actually a very small country. It's not a big one. And to do this, I think the Jamaicans will really, really, really appreciate it. But I don't think they do it for them to be appreciated. They're doing it because there's a brother in need. There is, Ghana has, over the year, even throughout my childhood, have always had a cordial, a brotherly relationship with the entire Caribbean, Jamaica especially. Really, really deep connections between Ghanaians and Jamaicans, mutual love. I mean, all of us grew up on some reggae music, and a lot of Jamaicans have settled in the eastern region of Ghana and in the central region of Ghana. So this was really good to see. I like that I started with this because it really shuts down a lot of these haters that don't understand the direction that Africa is going in, how we're, even as a poorer nation, we're still willing to share the little that we have, okay? Which is not really a trait, of them FBAs, right? They are more concerned about what people are taking from them and not what they're given. It's a completely different mindset.